What is going on, everybody? Why did I almost say Saturday night? Thursday night. Paintball Ruins My Life live at a new location. It might not really look that much different to you guys, though. It's looking somewhat similar. It's good to be here. I haven't made any videos this week. Completely MIA. Not really missing. Some of you've probably known where I've gone. I don't like this mic position, but we're going to live with it. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. This is the first live stream ever before 7 p.m. Like I said, I'll get to that. Cameron says, this channel rocks. This channel rocks. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. This coffee's really hot. This is a recycled Starbucks cup. Anyway, since I didn't do Paintball Ruined My Week, this week we're gonna recap a couple things here. Some things that happened today in paintball. Some things that happened last week. Really just give my thoughts on things and discuss paintball stuff. Then we'll maybe take some questions from the audience. I hope some of you are able to make it to this actually live this time, since we're starting a little bit early. Hopefully it's a little bit easier on the East Coasters of the United States anyway. Maybe some Hawaiians able to get here during a lunch break or something. I don't know. Let's start this off. We're going to go... Whoa, gosh. This whole thing right here. So I've been saying recently, kind of for a while now, I hope to do this full-time at some point, and I'm going to be doing this full-time, and, whatever. So it's official, right? And I've kind of left this up in the air. I haven't really, talked about it a lot, but I owned, technically still own a paintball store in Sacramento, California, but I sold it. Yep. I have 3 more days left working there. I'm going to work Saturday this week, and then I'm going to work, I think, Tuesday and Saturday of next week, and then I'm done. Over. Paintball store is over. That's what this, it's over thing, I don't know. Yeah. So I am full on YouTube. It's kind of scary. Scary, nerve-wracking a little bit. I just hope that I'm able to make enough money to actually continue to do this. That's mainly what it's about. Hopefully I can pay this light bill, the electricity bill, and be able to buy stuff still, pay rent, and make videos for you guys. Hopefully me having more time will increase production value and make more stuff and better stuff, maybe more in-depth stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. So that's why this looks different. This is my house. Yep. Yeah. So that's happening. Full-time on the YouTubes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you guys follow on Instagram, I keep posting from parks because I've been going on walks every day. It worked. It's been kind of nice. Okay, next thing up, we're going to talk about Brandon Morales. Brandon Morales is a... I got to get my notes here. Brandon Morales is, I don't know, I guess we can say veteran paintball player. He's played for Seattle Thunder for the last, I want to say 4 seasons, but he's making the move this year to AC Dallas. I think that part of him going over to AC Dallas from Thunder might have to do with he wasn't sure, and I don't even think Thunder knew if they were going to have a pro spot into 2018. So he was probably talking with AC, and then ended up happening, and yeah. But AC needed people. They had 5 people on a roster, so they at least needed to have a backup and 1 extra player to that roster. Yeah. So hopefully he can help them out and just fill in when it's needed, and I don't know, make AC Dallas go to the podium this year. I would really like to see that. Man, I do know that I don't like the way this works. So also today, I guess the big news, yeah, for sure the big news today was that the NXL, okay, Teals, no one, we'll get to this. Hold on, let me finish NXL, then we'll get to Super Chats. So yeah, today, the NXL announced that they're going to switch from 16 teams up to 20 teams. A move that I don't really like. I mean, I don't understand it. So what I kind of think happened was Thunder really didn't want to go down and play semi-pro. So it was discussed about adding more pro teams and then keeping Thunder on. So Thunder got relegated at the end of the season. They were the last place professional team, so they were going to get bumped down to the semi-pro team. And then the top team in semi-pro, DMG, was going to go up to play pro. But I don't think Thunder wanted to move down. So they were in talks to like figure out how to add maybe one more team to make it 18 teams, or just go back to 20 teams like it used to be. And they went to 20 teams. So they've added DMG, which we already knew was going to happen because they won semi-pro, New York Extreme, ML Kings, and Scottsdale Elevation. So those are good teams. I feel like they're all going to get smoked in pro, though. So, like, I don't know. DMG earned their spot. I think New York Extreme's really good. ML Kings went in, or finished out the year in semi-pro in 4th place overall. And then Scottsdale Elevation finished 5th overall, but they had like a 15th place at one tournament, or 14th or something like that. So pretty bad. So did ML Kings, though. They didn't consistently do well like DMG did and New York Extreme. I think DMG got like a 7th or an 8th, though, at one tournament. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we're just going to have more bad teams. I mean, all 4 of those teams that are coming up are going to be bad. I mean, let's just be real. DMG is going to be the best, but they're still going to probably be middle-ish of the pack. But it's definitely going to make like Boom, Revo, PC, Katana, and Thunder look better. That's for sure. So I don't know. I think it's cool that the ML Kings are coming, though. I like that. More international teams makes it kind of cool. So we have like Russian Legion and ML Kings now, which I think is cool. I like that. So I like that the ML Kings are coming and playing pro, or I should say just moving up, because they played semi-pro last year. But overall, I don't like it. I wish they'd stay at 16 teams and then make all the games competitive. Because, like, imagine Dynasty or, like, Impact or whatever getting matched up against, like, Elevation, PC Katana, and Revo in their division. It's like, in their bracket or whatever. It's like, that's stupid. I don't like it. I think it's kind of lame. But Shocktech as well also released a new frame this week. They released the Gunfighter frame. It's $229, and it's kind of crazy. It's not typical Autococker trigger frame, so this is for an Autococker. It has like a bunch of cams and gears and levers and jazz on the inside to just make the trigger pull very short and like easy to pull that trigger. So looks cool. It's very expensive, but it's complicated, right? Like, I understand that price. They have a lot of like machining and CNC work that's gone into the thing, so it just costs a lot to make it. People think that $230 price is a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but it's understandable. Also, maybe not the biggest news this week. Maybe the biggest news was not that NXL 20 team thing. It's probably definitely gonna be that GI Sports is suing Falcon. Not Falcon, Virtue, sorry. Not again. GI Sports has already sued Falcon. This time, they're suing Virtue. So they're claiming 2 things, right? They're claiming that the Virtue Vio Contour looks very similar to 2 masks. The Empire Event and the Empire Helix Avatar. I don't know, what's that other mask? Avatar. They don't make these anymore, though. Avatar and I don't know. Anyway, they're claiming that it looks like two masks that they own like intellectual property on. I think that's super weak because they're using illustrations, like an illustration of the Empire masks, to say that the Virtue contour masks look similar. But in real life, like when you're not using the illustrations, they look completely different. I mean, other than they're a paintball mask, that's the only thing that looks similar. They got a goggle frame and like a lens and all that stuff. Yeah, I think it's stupid. I don't think that one holds up. And they are suing them because of the Spire as well. So GI Sports, I very skimmed through this briefly. I wasn't able to like read the whole thing and get all caught up. But GI Sports says that Virtue is infringing on 6 patents that they hold with electronic markers. Imagining like electronic stuff, like a cone spinning inside, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, and like I get it, right? Like if I was a company, if I was the investment firm that just bought GI Sports and then just bought Key and then Spider and Tipman, and we have all those patents, right? Like, I would probably be trying to recoup my investment, right? Like, be able to actually make money off all these patents that we just purchased. So I get it, but at the same time, I also feel that, like, for the growth of paintball, right, is going to benefit GI Sports the most because they have so much market penetration with GI, Empire, Spider, and Tipman. The more this sport grows, the more beneficial it would be for GI Sports. So suing your competition and like forcing, I don't know, like people to just not make money and not innovate products, not create new products to create like growth in the industry, it's probably not good. But in the short term, they'll probably make money off it. And at this point, we don't really know what is going on with that. Like today, Virtue released like a thing that said, don't worry, Virtue teams, you're still going to be able to get paint cheap at the events. So like they said that all the Virtue teams will be able to get GI paint for cheaper at the tournaments. Whereas like last year they were getting Virtue paint, and this time Virtue's not going to be there, I guess. So now they've like teamed up with GI Sports. So I don't know, maybe this lawsuit has already been settled and someone just finally found it on the internet and we're like, oh my God, look what's happening. It could be all over. We don't know. Because it would be very weird if GI was suing Virtue and then Virtue was like, hey, go buy paint from GI. That's just kind of odd. So yeah, I don't know. That happened. Also, this isn't like super craziness, but Houston Heat have moved to HK Army. Heat last year, at least for soft goods, wore like a mismatch of things. They wore Anthrax jerseys, and they also wore like Exalt pants and Bunker King pants. So this year, I don't know if they're just going to wear HK soft goods like the PAX jerseys and pants and pads and stuff, or if they'll also be using KLRs and TFXs. Because last year for masks and hoppers, they used all the Virtue stuff, so they wore like Vios and they used Spires. My guess is that they'll just do it for soft goods. So they'll just, like, you know, pants, packs, jerseys, pads. They'll still use Virtue products. I assume, although that's kind of weird, so maybe not. I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do? You'll find out soon, though. In like 2 months, a month and a half, we have NXL Las Vegas. Yeah. So that's like a quick recap of paintball stuff that happened. Yeah. We're going to kill this screen. Chat's going up. And Teals, we'll get to that. I got sound working, guys, so that's good. It says, rest in peace, Predator Paintball. So no Predator Paintball will still be open. What will I do? NorCal Paintball? Yeah, sort of. So Predator Paintball will be still around. I just won't own it or work there. I'll work there for a little bit. We'll probably put in like a couple weeks of work at the new location. But previously, Predator Paintball was off Watt Avenue. They're moving to Rockland off Granite Drive, I think. So yeah, they'll still be there, but moving to Rockland, California. So yeah. Brian with the super chat. Thank you, sir. Spika to Ironmen. Is that still a rumor? I don't know. I think some kid. You know what I think happened? Some kid at the paintball field or not even at the paintball field. Just some random person was like, I saw Kyle Spika playing with the Ironmen. And the Ironmen didn't have practice. The Ironmen weren't at Camp Pendleton. But some kid said he saw him there. And then like, Kyle Spika just ran with it. He kept making these vague comments and posts about it saying that, like, I don't know, like, ooh, last year was great. Can't wait see what next year brings. Like, super vague kind of stuff to lead people on and make people kind of like think he was playing. No one was really sure. Yeah. You also asked Inception Predator or Karnivor. I would rather have an Inception Predator Autococker. There's actually one right here. Funny that you ask, because there is one in, see that right there? Predator Autococker. That's not mine. That is a very, very kind gentleman who helps support this channel, Michaels. I'm going to be awfully amiss if that's not his name. Yeah. Hack the planet, Clifford says. Yeah, so I would choose Inception. I think that I just like regular mechanical cockers. I don't want an E-blade. I can't stand electric autocockers. They're like the worst. The worst. Can't stand them. Yeah. CS2. Roberto, CS2 is coming out. That makes it seem like there's like confirmed evidence of a CS2. I don't know. I certainly don't. I certainly don't know, yeah. No idea. Question and answer, please. Okay, what's your question? I'll answer questions now. We're going, it's total question time. Total question and answer time now. Level or Spire 260. You know what? I don't know. So let's talk about this too. So not recently, like typically in the past when companies sued companies, I was never like this GI Virtue thing, right? I was never like, oh, don't buy their products because they're suing someone and like whatever. But dude, I hate how like GI Sports is like mega company, right? They own like half the paintball industry. It drives me crazy. As much as I like the level, like I'm almost leaning towards saying Spire just because, like, I don't know, support Virtue. I mean, I don't know, support smaller companies. Virtue's like a bigger paintball company, but they're not even close to GI. So, I don't know. I like both those hoppers, but I still think, like, if I'm choosing one just based off not the company who made it, I would probably say GI Sports level. Roberta, you said, yeah, Planet Eclipse told me on Facebook. You take a screenshot of the message that they sent you and send it to me. Because when I call and talk to them directly, like talk to the staff that work there, they're like, ooh, we don't know what's happening. They're all super vague. So, I mean, like I said, I've said this before. Like, I've been led to believe there's a new CS gun coming out, or like a new high-end spool valve gun. But I didn't get, like, direct confirmation. And when I've asked directly, it's like, I don't know. You get, like, a vague, I don't know thing. So, yeah. Who knows? Are you going to World Cup this year? Green Dog 009 asks. I have no idea. That's so far away. That's like a year away. Roberto, I don't need to add you on Facebook. Just go to the Paintball Ruins My Life Facebook page and hit like send a message and then send it that way. That's way easier. What does DSR? What does DSR stand for? I don't think it stands for anything. Or I think it does. but they never said anything. I remember people asking Billy Wing at one point, and he wouldn't tell people. Tipmans are very hard to maintain. That's craziness. Die single regulator? I don't know. That didn't sound right. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what it stands for. Just like CS doesn't stand for anything. Like CS1 doesn't mean anything. I mean, that's what I was told. Doesn't mean anything. Devin, Gmek or mechanical autococker? I think that's going to be the debate, right? So I have a Planet Eclipse Gmek frame coming to me at some point here when Planet Eclipse decide to ship them. Maybe I should call them tomorrow. I should probably call them tomorrow and try to figure that out. Yeah, I think that is going to be the debate though, because you got to think that like $600 you can get the Gmek, or for $600 you can get a good autococker. And I think it's just going to matter the person, right? Like if you like that mechanically and like, I don't know, you like tinkering with stuff, I think that the autococker probably, or if you're like mechanically inclined, like if you feel like I can fix anything, you know, like you could get the autococker. If you just want something stupid simple that's going to work, that doesn't require maintenance, that's just a good gun, the G-Tech. I know I would choose the G-Tech because I like that like simpler, easier, simple stuff. I don't want to deal with like, I don't know, cockers really. I've had autocockers. I just want them to work, you know. I don't want to deal with it. Mad Haxer, what's the G-Tech plus mech frame cost? There's two ways to buy these. You can buy a G-Tech with a mechanical bundle, which I think you're referring to. Those are going to be $600. So you're paying $500 for the G-Tech and then $100 for the frame. Buying them separate, like for current G-Tech owners or people, you know, at some point maybe want to upgrade or do whatever. It's going to be $130 separately. So it, I guess, makes sense to do it. Derek, still no news on the Force. I don't know. Who knows? At World Cup, it seemed like it wasn't happening anytime soon. So I think we might be waiting a while. Yeah. Die Spool Bobby K. Bobby K is actually the new owner of Predator Paintball. That person that's goes by in the chat 80881K. Die Spool Reactor? Reactor? I don't know. I just think they like make stuff up. Why don't every time I see DSR though, it reminds me of DMR, dedicated dedicated marksman rifle, DMR. Yeah, right. Isn't that like a RAP 4 gun? I don't know. I get these mag-fed guns all confused. One thing that I do want to try to do more of though, Die Super Rise? No, because Die Super Rise, that's nothing, but it's totally not a Rise. It's a totally different gun. So why would they even like insinuate that it is? Although Die has done that before. They did that with like the rail and the reflex rail. The reflex rail was like a completely different gun. Whole different solenoid and bolt and everything, but they still call it rail. One thing I do want to try to do though, yeah, is more mag-fed stuff. I feel like I don't do enough magazine-fed stuff, and that's kind of because I don't know a lot about it. But I feel like that's a bad excuse. So at some point here, I would like to do mag-fed stuff. I just don't know, like, what to do. Maybe I should do, like, a budget mag-fed setup, or, like, how to get, what to buy for mag-fed guns. I don't know. Like a beginner mag-fed video or something like that. I don't know. Lucas, which would you recommend as the first electric gun, Proto Rize or Mini GS? Mini GS for sure. Compare the M2 and the Insight. Oh gosh. Well, the M2 is more expensive. Build quality is better, more reliable. Yeah. That's my comparison. The guns are so different. It's hard to just directly compare them. Jose, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Do you think the addition of more teams from 16 to 20 will extend the length of the tournaments? That is a good point. I didn't even think about that. I mean, it has to, because they're still going to hopefully play 4 matches still, because they could keep it like the Millennium Series did last year. How the Millennium Series has 20 teams, but they'd only play 3 matches. They wouldn't play 4 whole matches. So the amount of time that the tournament took was the same, but teams just played less. And I really hope they don't do 3. I think the guys hated 3. So I hope that they stick with 4 and then just tack one more day on. Because you totally could. Because most of the time, I don't know, man. Jeez. That's true, though. So they'd have to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It would be kind of nice, though, because you could have, if you were, say, a team, you could have 2 games on one day, and then 1 day on another, and 1 on another, and then Sunday is just for the finals. Yeah, that is true. I guess they will have more time. I mean, maybe they got to do Thursdays. Because you can't really, just start games earlier. I mean, you can do it in the middle of the year. At, I don't know, Atlantic City that's in, June or something, it's fine. But at World Cup, when it gets dark early, because World Cup is World Cup is the day of daylight savings time or something like that. So we lose an hour of light, and they already start games at dawn, and then pretty much finish at dark. So you can't really add more time during the day. So they'd have to start a day early, I guess. I don't know. It's good. That's a good question. I have no idea. This is stuff that I for sure will think about. And probably try to contact Tom Cole from NXL, and I'm going to discuss more of that stuff, more of this stuff. Paintball Ruin My Week here on Monday. Definitely NXL frame. Actually, going to talk about all that stuff probably. Maybe leave off HK Heat stuff, because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what other news comes. Logan. Thank you, sir. Much, 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 much appreciated. You said, I bought a Maxxed Rise and have heard in one of your videos that you think the Mini GS is better. True. What makes it better besides price? Well, I don't... To me, they're so similar in price that it's not a big deal. Because I think at times there's been sales, at least, on the Rize Maxxed that was made at $325 or something like that. So they were so similar in price that it really didn't make that big a difference. Reliability. For me, the reliability of the Mini GS is what makes it better than the Proto guns. That's really about all. I mean, I think they shoot better, but I totally realize that that's all preference, right? I prefer that quicker, kind of more solid shot the Mini and the Axis have over the Proto guns, the Rizes and Rails. But I definitely feel like it's more, I don't know, more reliable. Yeah, a little bit more air efficient, but whatever. That's not that big a deal. Reliability for sure. Yeah. Carlos says, don't get a Mini GS. Spend $1,500 and get an ice. I don't like the Alex Ice either. I think I'd rather have other things than the Lux Ice. Abbott Smith asked, Brad, spread the knowledge on the Yongheng air compressor. I don't know anything about that. Super cheap and fills a tank in minutes, not hours. Minutes? How long's minutes? 59 minutes? No, it's not that bad. I don't know anything about those things, right? I know I've seen them, but they're still it's still $1,500 or Oh no, those are those real cheap ones that are like $400. I don't know anything about those things. Most people have no need for an air compressor. And I don't. I mean, not anymore. I did. My air compressor was like 4,000. No, not $4,000. Mine was $6,500. Yeah. I don't know anything about those things. I know that it scares me. I mean, when you power up an air compressor, like you feel that thing. Like the power it uses, like you feel it. And buying like a super cheap air compressor, like that just kind of scares me. And so I'm not doing it. So I don't really know. And most people just have no need for an air compressor, right? I mean, most people just go into the paintball field. Yeah. Air compressors are loud? Yeah, mine was super loud. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. It's loud, but it just matters where you live. I mean, if you live in like a studio apartment, yeah, you're not going to be using it. But like, I don't know, if you got a house and you can store it in the garage and just fire it up in the afternoon, like, you know, it's not that bad. Yeah. Gavin, that's what I'm saying. You said, I am not touching a $500 4500 air compressor. That's suicide. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know. Like, the whole like cheap high pressure air compressor kind of scares me. Like, it took me, so I have a Bauer air compressor, and it took me like, I don't know, a good like 4 months to get comfortable with it. And that's like the best brand manufacturer you can buy. So these super cheap ones, a little scary. Armando asks, why do you don't like HK? So why don't I like HK? I feel like, so for a while there, right? Like if you watch new headbands. Yeah, I've actually started working on new headband designs. I don't know when they're coming. Maybe like a month, 3 weeks. I don't know, somewhere in there. So I don't have a problem with HK. Like I don't have any personal issue with HK. But I definitely think that previously, like in the past, their products weren't made as well. The quality just wasn't there. I mean, for that, like, you know, $150 pair of pants or like a $70 pack or whatever it is, I think that there were other companies that made higher quality products. And I still think that, right? But I do feel like they've gotten better. Like, I talked about this a couple of live streams ago. Like, holding the new Freeline products, like the new Hostile pants they have that are like $80, $100. The new Freeline jerseys, like, that stuff feels really good. So I feel like it's getting better. So I don't want to say that I like dislike HK. I just feel like, you know, sometimes there's other products that are priced the same that can provide the same thing and they're made a little bit better. Yep. Hugo, what gun would you buy with $1,000? I'd buy one of these. This has also been on here. You know what I like about these triggers? Like, the triggers on these, like, are super fast. Yeah, that's what I would buy. This is a Planet Eclipse LV 1.5. $1,000. 1,000 smacarinos. I'm going to plop that on the floor. Sleeping. Not a fan of the TFX. So there's a couple of things there, right? My TFX was perfect. I had mine like a year and a half-ish. Zero problems. Worked all the time. Never an issue. Then I've had friends that have gone through like 8 in like 6 months that are just all kinds of problems. So I don't know. Maybe it's like the newer ones they've had problems, because I got mine when it first came out. So, one. Thank you so much. Super chatted. I'll tax. I don't know, tell you about $1,000 plus tax. I don't know what state or county you live in. That's hard to say. Hey, Brad, do you think more people are playing paintball? Since when? This is what I'll typically say to people when they're like, "Oh, paintball's not what it used to be," or is paintball dying, or whatever. I think that we for sure peaked 2006-ish, 2007, and drastically dropped, and then 2010-ish, I think we slowly started creeping up again. I don't know. I think that we probably have, say we peaked at like, I don't know, 100% players, right? We're probably at about, an honest estimate is probably like 35% of what we were at before. So, yeah. Say we had around the US, right, 25 million people playing paintball annually. I honestly can say that we're probably at about 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there at this point. So I don't think that, those are random numbers. I have no idea if that's right, but that's what it feels like. But I really don't know. Who knows? I still think the people who could tell you are paint manufacturers. Maybe paint manufacturers and some of these paintball fields that have been open for years. But that's also hard because some of the paintball fields might have been really, really good, 10 years ago. Like they put tons of effort in and put tons of money into it and advertised a lot and did all this stuff. And they had tons of players. And then now they're like, oh, paintball sucks because, no one plays anymore. But the fields are run down and So it's a little bit hard. So that's kind of why I feel like asking the paint companies might be the best answer. Yep. Fan of the 0G harness? Nope. Don't like it. I don't like it. I think that my main the strapless harnesses that I like the most are probably the Carbon CC one, and the new Bunker King version 4 harness. I really like those. Yeah. Push mask, yay or nay? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. So my deal with Push is that I don't know. I tried for a long time to get products from them to mainly do a review and to sell at the paintball store I owned, and could never get them. So GI Sports was like, hey, we're going to become a distributor for Push. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just wait. That's yet to happen. So I don't know. I've held them, right? I've messed with them and screwed around with the things. But never thought about it. I kind of just held it and was like, oh, this is actually made considerably better than I thought they were. And that's all. So I don't really know. I don't know how well they breathe, which is going to matter the most for me. That's why I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not a very good judge of that, because I honestly don't know. Lucas, how do you donate $5? Well, you can. It's super chatted. There should be a dollar sign somewhere if you're not on a iOS device. If you're on iOS devices, you can't. You sold Predator Paintball? I did sell Predator Paintball. You can watch that whole story. In the very beginning of this, I talked about this. It's over. That's the Predator Paintball logo in the corner right there. When this is over, if you're curious, go watch that. Or I'll be there Saturday. I'm going to work still. I still got some days left. But yeah. Brad, where can I find some Geo 3.5 grips for a good price and a blade trigger? I don't know. None of that stuff's really made anymore, so we're going to struggle. eBay? I really don't know. The only blade triggers that were ever made were the GSL triggers, which are going to be expensive. And then the Violent series blade triggers for the 3.5 and the LV1. Oh no, I guess you could get them off like the LV 1.5s, but you gotta find someone selling a trigger, which is gonna be difficult. So you're probably best off trying to find a violent trigger, and then the grips are just rare. Yeah, they just don't make them anymore. Chris Luxoya, I don't know what happened with that. I like wanted it. I don't know what happened. I saw like a crazy picture of his burned arms, and I'm like, man, that's brutal. I'm like, I don't know. I'm bad at that stuff. I don't know. It sucks. I don't really know what happened. Michael, here's another question. Michael says, what brand of elbow pads? So Chris Sawyer ran into his neighbor's house. It was on fire to help. Jesus. That's pretty gangster, though. That's pretty dope. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is, I will hopefully talk about that more. Paintball Ruin My Week coming up when I have some more research time to figure it out. What was I talking about? Are we due? Shredder, I think we're due for a Vanquish 2.6. You're due for a new Vanquish. You will see a new Vanquish coming. I was talking about elbow pads and knee pads, right? This goes back to my like GI Sports level or Virtue Spire. Yes, I definitely saw the GoFundMe thing, but it's like all vague. Like, God, why am I blanking on everyone's names? I'm trying to think of names. Phil Dominguez. I saw him. Phil made that thing. Juan, thank you for the super chat. Again, you're making me feel comfortable with this decision for me to go full-time YouTube. If you guys are interested in helping support this thing, and not even allowing it to grow, just helping it continue, check out the Patreon page in a link in the description of this. It has some like perks set up. You can get like some Paintball Ruin My Life headbands and barrel covers and stuff like that if you're curious. It's helpful. Juan, I'll answer your question. I want to talk about real fast. I want to finish my thoughts on knee pads and elbow pads. So like, this goes back to knee pads and elbow pads. Which knee pads and elbow pads? This goes back to my thought about like the GI Sports level versus the Virtue Spire. Is that like, I think the level I would choose over the Spire, the original Spire, the Spire 200s and 260s. But now with this like more lawsuits from GI Sports, it makes me want to support smaller companies more. So like, it makes me want to lean towards saying the Spire is a better hopper. And it also like makes me want to say that like knee pad, elbow pad wise, like I really like the GI Sports race stuff. But maybe look more at the Exalt Free Flex stuff. I like those either way. I like the Exalt stuff. But I also really like those GI pads, but it makes me want to not say GI. I don't know. 808 Pump super chatted. Thank you. And another one. 2 in a row. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Is it bad for your air tank to fill it all the way? Nope. Juan, your actual question. Hey, Brad, I'm excited for my first tournament. It's a 3v3. Any drills advice? I'm kind of nervous. Yeah, for sure. So, there's another one. 808. So I think that, like, 3-man's terrifying. That's that's probably not very helpful. I don't know if there's lots of drills you could do. But first things first, right? Like, the whole point of paintball is having fun. So have fun. Don't be nervous. I get the nervousness, and I think that the nervousness leading up to big events like this, right? And I'm the same way. Like, I want to go do a bike race at some point here soon. I've never raced before, and I'll be nervous as shit. But I know that I always look back and reflect on the advice that I gave to people about paintball, and I'm like, just have fun. Because that's really what it's all about. So I'll look back and be like, just have fun. That's all that matters. So just have fun. Try to have as much fun as possible. And just knowing it doesn't matter. Just have fun. But drills, I don't know. I wouldn't. There's lots of drills you can do, but I don't know if there's specifically any 3-man drills. There's all kinds of drills. Look them up online. At some point with this extra free time I have, I'm going to do some of those like tips, actual paintball tip videos. But I know for me, right, if we were playing 3-man, I say this for all the 2-man people too, that you losing a body, so if it's 3-on-3 and you guys get shot, like one of your guys gets shot and it's a 2-on-3, that's a difficult situation to win. If the other team is good, it becomes much more difficult to win when you're down that body on a 2-on-3. So I would, for me at least, we would play very conservative. I would sit back and shoot as much as possible and try to get that first kill, like all the time. Unless we know a certain team does the same thing, maybe we'd be aggressive once, but I would try to keep as many bodies alive for as long as absolutely possible. Yeah. And then lots and lots and lots of communication. Lots. And I can also say one thing. If I see like crazy super chats on people, and why can I not block people? Seabass, I'm trying to block you and I can't. It just says go to channel. Maybe I'm like not logged into the right account. Oh god, cause it's so annoying. All the emojis. I gotta set up like, why am I not logged in? It's so weird. Yeah, so I don't know if there's any specific drills or specific things to do. Just try to keep as many people alive as possible, and then increase communication. Communicate as much as absolutely possible. But that goes for everyone, always, I probably wasn't that much help, but, whatever. I try. Nick! $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Borrowed my coworker's phone to donate. Well, geez. That's something. Appreciated. And a nice coworker. If someone was like, hey, give me $10. Let me use your phone for this. I'd be like, what? So, thank you. Getting back into paintball recently, and you are my... Can't read that. Sensei, there we go. I thought it was an L. I'm like, Sensel? Sensei. And I'm learning a lot from YouTube. Learning a lot from you. I can't read. Back to work. Watch the stream later. Thank you, sir. That's good. So I was talking to someone at the paintball store the other day and was like, I have this YouTube channel. Just go in there and watch all the videos. I was like, I feel like I provide good information to people. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. But it's helpful. If you're diving into snake, always keep your marker up. Yeah, that's true. Milky Dud Nipples says. I don't know about that. Although Milk Duds are good. Show Link. Link's over there sleeping. Maybe Link will make more cameos in like live streams though, because he's going to be much closer to me from now on, but he's passed out over there. He had a big day today. We walked 4.5 miles today at the park. What will next videos be? Most likely on Tuesday you will see Paintball Gear Bag Essential video, which might be helpful to some of you guys, might not be helpful to some other people. I don't know. That's everything though. Lucas, did you block me? If you're commenting, probably not. Yeah, most likely that's what's gonna happen. One of these days, very, very soon, there's gonna be Best of 2017. I just have to gather all the products. I mean, that's the hard part, right? Is gathering all of these things in one place to do B-roll of all the stuff that came out this year. It's coming though. I mean, that's very soon. I shot some B-roll stuff today for it. So we shot LV 1.5 B-roll, Planet Eclipse FL barrel B-roll, Di 5 B-roll, SL2 B-roll, SL2 tank somewhere around here, 808 pump. Thank you, sir. With $5. Much appreciated. Do you think Woodsball tourney will come back? It is back, baby. Like 1996? Probably not that back. How I started with bad company? I want to yell company, but be like company, but that's loud enough. So I think that not maybe like, I don't know, define that way like back. Like it's back, right? Winter City Classic, not Winter City Classic. Iron City Classic, right? That like tournament that's coming up. Not coming up. It's in August. It's in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They have a heap load of teams signed up for that. And that's a Woodsball Hyperball tournament. There's one in LA in like a week. There's going to be one here in Sacramento in like October. There was the Atlanta one. They were like 40 teams, not 40. There were like 15 teams at. Like, it's back, and it excites me. I talk about that all the time on here. That I am more than happy that we have like alternative ways to start playing paintball again. We got like, airball 5-man. There's NXL's trying this 2-man or maybe 3-man this year. We got this 10-man tournament stuff. We got like MagFed and Pump and like whatever. There's more ways to play paintball now than there ever have been. And that is great. I love that. It's back. David Hurley. Super chat again. Thank you. I just became a Patreon something. Oh, I missed it. I just became a Patreon supporter. Well, thank you. It is much appreciated. Also, thoughts on EVS. I did an EVS review. That was one of like the very first videos I did on here. Yeah, go find that. But EVS thoughts. Like I don't know. The EVS feels very like I would say average size head. Mike, I'll get to you. I have like average size head, I would say. Not big, not small. This is normal. And the EVS feels very loose on my head. Like it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just feels too wide, and I can't ever get it really tight. So it feels not secure to me. But it's good. I mean, it's not a bad mask. Like it's very easy to change the lens. It breathes well. It breathes on the better side of all the high-end masks, or just masks in general. I hate the way it looks. Can't stand the way it looks. I hate it. It just looks so weird. I can't stand the thing. It just looks massive. Like people have it on, it's like, it makes me look like they have a bobblehead. It's just so big. So big. But one thing that's going to be true, right, is if the mask breathes pretty good and has a thermal lens and it's comfortable to you, then it's the best mask ever. So go with whatever is comfortable, whatever breathes well, and yeah. It's hard because all these masks are so different, It's whatever you like the most. Mike Tuner, I think that's Tuner. Yeah. With the level at $100, is the Z2 dead? Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I still like the Z2. I think the Z2's decent, but for $100, the level, it's not even a contest, really. But what's really happening is GI Sports is burning off all the old hoppers. So, they've probably just got a bunch of stock. So they're like $100. Let's blow these things out. And then once they sell out of them, they're going to come out with, I don't know, I've seen it written multiple ways. The level 1.5 or level 2. So there's going to be a new version of the level that's going to come with a new speed feed, New motors is going to be quieter. Speed feed's supposed to be more durable. And apparently it won't pop up as much. And there's a piece inside called like the scoop. It's a gray piece. I don't have a level around here, I don't think. Yeah. It's a gray piece that tends to break sometimes when people play a lot with the level. That gray piece breaks apparently. Like, I'd never seen it, but it does happen. And apparently that's going to be stronger. So they're like making a upgraded version of the thing. How do you fix a speed feed? I don't know what's wrong with it. That's way too vague. That's like, how do I fix my car? Like, put gas in it? Turn the key? Yeah. What are you guys talking about? There's like chatter going on. Is there any interest in a mech? Ash Raven, you've changed your name. You are extremely helpful in all the comments, I must say, on videos. That's really actually cool. I appreciate it very much so. Sometimes I can't get the stuff, and I feel like sometimes they're like about the same when we answer stuff. So, yeah. What time is it over there? It is 6:56. Yeah. One of the things that like I think that I'm good at on this channel at least is providing insight into products, because I've touched and like had and like sold and fixed so much stuff that I can like, give educated guesses. I don't know why I'm saying this. Mitchell, Bay Area teams, question mark. What about them? I don't know a lot of the Bay Area teams. They're a little bit further away from me. I mean, a lot of them are playing over at Fairfield Extreme in Fairfield. Lucas, where do you play paintball? Where do I play? I play kind of all over the place. Angelo, I want to go to Miami. I was looking at Miami the other day. I want to fly to Miami, rent a car, and then drive to Key West. Hang out in Key West, and then like drive back. I think that'd be kind of cool. I got no money though, so it probably won't happen. Where do I play paintball? Kind of all over the place. More recently, I'd say at Capitol Edge Paintball Park. This weekend, though, I think I'm going to try to go to Davis Paintball. We'll see. I don't know. Matt Engels. I don't know why. I recognize that name. Why do I recognize? I don't know. You're involved somehow with paintball stuff. I guess you all are in here. Hopefully. Maybe not. Am I going to go to your question. Will I be going to any... Get there. Will you be at any of the NXL events this season? I don't really know yet, honestly. I don't know. We'll see. That has to do with me doing this full on, like this is all I do now is YouTube. So it just matters what income's like, if I can seem to get enough of you awesome people that do this super chat thing right there to help me continue to do this, if I can get enough views on videos, whatever. If I can make enough money, I want to, but it just matters, right? Like, I gotta prioritize food and rent and, like, whatever. So, we'll see. Who knows? If anything, I looked at NXL Vegas, because plane flights were pretty cheap. I mean, they're like $86 round trip. And then hotels were like $45-50. So, I might go to Vegas. I don't know yet. Who knows? Mike, again. Just joined a D6 team, and thank you for the $5 super chat. Just joined a D6 team and got a Vanquish GT package. What do you think of that marker? The level is included in the package. Is that be good? I just gotta. First of all, that sucks you had to buy a package. I hate that shit. I don't like it. I think it's nonsense. But I like the Vanquish. I think it's one of the better like spool valve guns out there. Yeah, I like the Vanquish. And I like the level. Yeah, so yeah. I keep thinking about getting the Vanquish. Like, I kept saying that I wanted to wait until Planet Eclipse came out with a gun before I bought anything, but I got this LV 1.5, so I don't know. But we also know that Empire is going to come out with a new Vanquish, so that, yeah, I don't know. That's happening. So I don't know. Who knows? Spool vs. Poppet, I don't know. Thoughts on a Zodin? I like a Zodin. I like a Zodin's mechanical and pump guns. I don't like a Zodin's electric guns. I mean, I don't like any of these like super cheap electronic guns. Like, I don't know, like the Blitzes and Phoenix and stuff like that. Ben, do a LV 1.5 review. You know what? I don't know. I kind of like thought about it, but like, I don't know. That gun's old, you know? Like, it's really just an LV1 that like looks fancy and comes with some jazz. So it's like, I don't know if it's a new gun. I don't know if it like justify, I don't know, a whole review, you know? I'd be like, go watch an LV1 review. Comes with a blade trigger, different barrel. Looks like it, just a barrel just looks different. Low rise feed neck, different on off. That's review. You know, I don't know. I thought about it though. We'll see. If I like run out of shit to do, like I don't have any like videos to do. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. It's been 1 hour. I like to do these for 1 hour. I feel like at that point, kind of start to like run out of things to talk about. Sean says, does it help you if we watch the ads before your videos? Yeah, it does actually. It definitely does. I mean, I'm not saying like sometimes these ads are like 10 minutes. Like, don't watch that shit. Just skip that. Who watches those? I think they like try to trick people into making them think it's the video, or like 3-minute, 4-minute long ads. Like when the video is like 3 minutes, it's like no one wants to watch that shit. But I do. I do it for all the videos I watch. Yeah, but recently YouTube, like, I don't know what's happened. So there's 3 things that are happening right now with videos, right? Like, this is crazy. So like a month ago, say I got we're gonna throw a random thing out there. So say like a month ago, in December, I had a video. Say it has 1,000 views. I would have gotten, I don't know, about 500 to 600 monetized playbacks. So that means that, 600 people or 500 people saw an ad, right? So YouTube monetized that. So there was a percentage there that wasn't monetized. We'll say that like I would get about a 60% monetization rate on videos for the last like 4 months. And then all of a sudden, this last like 2 weeks, it's like 25%. That's brutal. Brutal. So that means that like half of the revenue, less than that really, I'm getting like a reduction by like 60% in revenue. Like that's rough. And it's not like I'm like getting rich off YouTube, but when it gets reduced that much, like that's, I don't know, that's scary. But that's the whole point of like, I don't know, trying to make money in other ways to make this thing actually happen. So, yeah. Vlogging. There's no way you're going to see me become a vlogger. It's possible, I've talked about this too, it's possible that there might be another channel around the corner, like me doing a whole nother YouTube channel. Maybe paintball interspersed in there, but I kind of want to do stuff that just make videos on stuff I think is cool. You know, not just like all paintball, strictly paintball. Maybe paintball, maybe, I don't know, garbage cans. I don't know. Just all kinds of random stuff. travel stuff. Yeah, that's what I'd do. Sure, I'd love to do that, but you know what? Not yet. Not yet. So I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. You'll definitely see back in full swing this channel now, though. So look for more preparedness for the live streams, and we'll for sure be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now, and these Thursday live streams. I much appreciate everyone who come by. Much appreciate super chats, Patreon people, people who watch entire ads, people who give likes on videos, subscribers, everyone. Man, it's great. It's much, much appreciated. Because I want to keep doing this thing full time. I want to keep making cool paintball videos, making better stuff, whatever. I just want to keep doing it. I hope you guys like it. That matters too. Anyway, all right. We're cutting out. It's been real, guys. Much appreciated. Like I said, come back Monday. Paintball ruined my week.